Darcy Lang has been wowing audiences across North America for over 15 years. With her unique approach to finding success and happiness by focusing on what works in life, Darcy has inspired thousands to make positive changes in their professional and personal lives.
I'm going to share one tool, one idea, one concept. And my idea is that we hold a metaphorical magnifying glass out in front of us in our lives, and we can choose to do two things with it. Focus it on what I like to call the 90%, the positive aspects of our life, or we can choose to focus it on the not so positive 10%. So in our time together, I'm going to ask you, where do you hold your magnifying glass when it comes to the different roles that we play, different areas of our life?
I've run many businesses, and I'll tell you, when I call them in my office and say, Laura, you're rocking everybody's world. She says, they got a problem with me, and I got a problem with them. What's their problem? They rarely know that they're the problem. So what do you do with them? So as a besides shoot them. What do we do? So I've been challenged by this for years as a motivator. What do you do with people who are unhappy? So here's what I've learned. I learned that I can't change them. I can only change me. We go to these motivational sessions and we're totally motivated till at least tomorrow. And we put everything in the conference file. You know the file, the one in the desk that every conference you go home and you put it all in there and your intentions are good, and then we don't do it. So to carry the 90% theme forward, it's one idea, one concept.
I have a poster on my office wall that I often recite to my friends from Tommy Lasorda that says, don't complain about your problems at work. 80% of the people who hear them don't care, and the other 20% are glad you're having trouble. It's kind of true.
And I think the ripple effect is huge. I think first and foremost it affects our self-esteem, because now we're doing something that isn't the worthwhile, purposeful thing we thought it would be. And then it ripples out to our coworkers. You said it, right? Club members, one can bring down a group. When people don't want to be there, it affects the group. Then it ripples out to the communities, because then they can feel that we don't really want to do it anymore. And the worst, it ripples home, because then we plop ourselves down at the dinner table to our mother, spouse, partner, sister, cat, roommate. How was your day? How was your meeting?
You don't see a lot of running in service these days. Running by us, jumps in his paratransit vehicle. 10 minutes later, he's back. We are captive. Magazines down. We watch him. Wheels out his second client, his second patient, this elderly woman who had to have been in 101. Wheels her past us. She's got her floral dress and her orthopedic hose and her purse clutched on her lap with her gloved hands. Blue hair done to perfection. Wheels her past us in the waiting room, up to the counter of employees who look like they've never seen him before, and announces, "Excuse me, Mrs. Beechwood is here to see you." As if to say, give someone else's grandmother and the woman who built our community the respect she deserves. And he got down on one knee, took her gloved little hand in front of all of us in the waiting room, kissed her hand, and said, "Gorgeous, I'll be back in an hour to pick you up." And he went running. We're all crying. Ah! I thought, what a choice he makes to get up in the morning and say, I can only control me.
Jada and John and I are shopping, and the woman that's helping me in this retail store looks so familiar to me. And her name tag is Janet. She's running around this whole retail store. She's playing peekaboo with my children in the fitting rooms, and it hits me. It's the teacher from the Teachers in Service. I said, Janet, what the heck are you doing here, helping me in this store? She said, oh, that. I taught for a year and I hated it, so I quit. Yeah, okay. So I said, good for you. It takes courage to quit something you don't love. She said, that is not what my parents who paid for the education had to say. So as I was leaving with my Jada and John, I said, Janet, one more thing. Thank you. Thanks for not teaching my children and their children with an attitude that you don't want to be there for the next 35 years of your life.
I did go on to meet thousands of people a year, and I meet many who their light is out. And what they choose to do, they choose to volunteer, I don't see very many 90% anymore. So how can we move our magnifying glass back?
To find out how Darcy can inspire your group